Have you noticed one of your friends acting strange whenever you're around? Or that your conversations with your crush seem to be short and stale? Trying to form a friendship or a relationship with someone who doesn't want to is just a waste of time and energy. Trying to distinguish whether or not people actually like you may sound incredibly depressing and pessimistic, but it can be helpful. Weeding out the people who don't want to spend time with you and keeping those who do will lead to establishing better bonds and save you a lot of heartache in the process. So, here are some subtle signs that someone you know may secretly dislike you. Number 1. They have closed body language. Body language is one of the most telling signs of a person's true feelings. People can often hide their words or put on a friendly face, but their bodies tend to betray them. Negative or hostile body language is a strong indicator that someone isn't all that interested in conversing with you or being in your presence. They may cross their arms, which acts as a physical barrier between you and them, or they might lean away from you during conversations, signaling discomfort. You may also notice them physically turning their body away from you, or their feet might be pointed towards an exit or elsewhere, subconsciously indicating their desire to leave. When someone's body language is closed off, it's a good sign they'd rather not engage with you. Number 2. They don't offer you a sincere smile. Smiling is often considered one of the most universal signs of friendliness and warmth. A genuine smile lights up a person's face, particularly around the eyes, where muscles you can't consciously control come into play. So when someone sees you and their smile doesn't reach their eyes, that could be a major clue that their friendliness is forced. Real smiles are spontaneous and difficult to fake because they involve more muscles in the face than we think. If someone is offering you a forced, awkward smile, much like the one you might have put on during picture day in elementary school, it's clear they don't genuinely feel happy to see you. Fake smiles lack the warmth and sincerity of a real one, and they may come off as stiff or uncomfortable. Number 3. They don't look you. In the eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. Making direct eye contact suggests confidence, respect, and genuine interest in what someone has to say. On the other hand, avoiding eye contact can signal discomfort, dishonesty, or dislike. If someone avoids looking you in the eye, it may be because they don't respect you or are hiding something, possibly their disinterest or dislike for you. They may be afraid that direct eye contact would make it obvious how they truly feel. Of course, a lack of eye contact can also be attributed to social anxiety or other factors, but when combined with other signs, it can be a strong indication of how they feel about you. Number 4. Your conversation is clipped. People who enjoy your company and are invested in the conversation will engage with enthusiasm, ask questions, and share their thoughts. Conversations flow easily, covering a range of topics. On the contrary, if someone is not interested in talking to you, they will do the bare minimum to keep the conversation going. If you find that their responses are short, limited to 1 or 2 words, or that they don't ask follow-up questions, it might mean they don't want to be in the conversation at all. They may provide closed responses like, yeah, no, or maybe to avoid the discussion from dragging on. It's their subtle way of saying they'd rather not be talking to you. Number 5. They only respond with emojis. In today's digital age, texting and messaging have become essential forms of communication. Emojis can enhance conversations, but when used exclusively, they can feel impersonal. If someone only replies to your texts with pre-written responses or emojis, it shows a lack of interest in engaging with you. Texting takes minimal effort, and if a person can't even be bothered to send a few sentences your way, it's a clear sign that they're not invested in communicating with you. Emojis, while expressive, often act as placeholders in conversation and signal that they don't care to extend the dialogue beyond the basics. Number 6. They don't compliment and praise, whether big or small. Personal achievements usually get a positive reaction from people who genuinely like and support you. When someone likes you, they're happy to acknowledge your accomplishments and offer praise. It's part of sharing joy and positivity with others. However, if someone never acknowledges your successes or brushes them off, it may be because they don't care. Instead, they might respond with sarcasm or dismissive remarks, undermining your efforts. People who dislike you may feel envious, and rather than celebrate your achievements, will try to downplay them or shift focus to your failures. Number 7. They change the tone of their voice. The tone of someone's voice can reveal more than their words. Even when someone is saying all the right things, their tone can give away how they really feel about you. Subtle changes like becoming overly sarcastic, condescending, or harsh are telltale signs of underlying negative emotions. Someone who dislikes you won't bother masking their tone. They may speak to you in a curt, dismissive, or overly critical manner, even if their words seem neutral. Over time, you'll start noticing that their voice carries an edge, suggesting they don't value you or your opinions. Number 8. They scratch their neck. Repeatedly touching or scratching the neck is often linked to discomfort, nervousness, or even lying. If you're speaking to someone and they continually scratch the area of their neck just below the ear, it's possible they're hiding something or disagreeing with what you're saying, even if they don't openly express it. Body language experts believe that scratching the neck can indicate a person's unease with a conversation, which may reflect deeper feelings of frustration or dislike. They might not be comfortable with you or the topic of discussion and are trying to signal their disagreement or dishonesty non-verbally. Number 9. There is little or no touch. Physical touch is a key indicator of closeness and affection, whether in romantic or platonic relationships. When people like each other, even in a non-romantic way, they tend to initiate touch. It could be a pat on the back, a light touch on the arm, or a hug. It's a natural way to connect. However, if someone avoids all physical contact with you, it's a strong sign they are not interested in deepening your connection. They may feel uncomfortable in your presence and try to avoid any form of touch as a way to distance themselves from you. Number 10. They won't laugh at your jokes. Humor is often a great way to bond with others, and laughter is a social cue that signals enjoyment and connection. If someone likes you, even the simplest of jokes can elicit a genuine laugh or at least a smile. However, if they don't find your jokes funny, or worse, if they don't even bother to react, it may suggest disinterest or disdain. People who don't like you often refuse to give you the satisfaction of laughing, even if what you said was objectively funny. On social media, this may also manifest in them ignoring your posts or never engaging with your content. Number 11. They constantly disagree with you. Some disagreement is natural, but if someone constantly shoots down every idea or suggestion you make, it may be more than just differing opinions. Regularly disagreeing with everything you say, even before you finish your thought, is often a sign that they've already formed a negative opinion of you. This type of behavior suggests that their dislike for you clouds their judgment, making them biased against anything you propose, no matter the merits. It's an active way to signal disrespect or a lack of interest in what you have to say. Number 12. They never make plans with you. If you're always the one initiating plans and they never reciprocate or suggest alternative plans, that's a clear indication of where you stand. When someone is genuinely interested in spending time with you, they will make an effort, no matter how busy their life is. Healthy relationships require mutual effort, and when someone repeatedly avoids making plans with you or cancels at the last minute, it's time to accept that they may not want to spend time with you. Number 13. They always bail on you. Everyone has a busy life, but people who value you will make an effort to keep plans or reschedule when something comes up. When someone consistently cancels on you with weak excuses, they're showing you where their priorities lie. If they're never available or repeatedly bail without making an effort to make it up to you, it's time to move on. Number 14. They'll try to be close to you. Sometimes, the most deceptive sign is when someone tries too hard to be close to you. They may act overly friendly, gossip with you about others, or go out of their way to ingratiate themselves. But remember, if they gossip with you, they're likely gossiping about you too. Their intentions might not be sincere, and they could be trying to manipulate you or gather information to use against you. Keep an eye on this behavior and be cautious about trusting them. Number 15. Things just feel awkward. Some people just don't click, and that's okay. But if you constantly feel awkward or uncomfortable around someone, it's a sign that your energies don't align. There may be long silences, difficulty deciding what to do together, or an underlying tension that makes hanging out feel like a chore. Sometimes the best thing you can do is trust that awkward feeling and acknowledge that you're better off spending time with people you naturally get along with. Number 16. You feel it in your gut. Your instincts are powerful. Often your subconscious mind picks up on things before you can consciously understand them. If you have a persistent feeling that someone doesn't like you, trust your gut. You may not have concrete evidence, but your intuition is often right. When it comes to any kind of relationship, it can be helpful to know whether or not someone actually likes you. This doesn't mean you should be overanalyzing every person you come into contact with. Constantly worrying about whether or not people like you isn't a good way to live your life. However, knowing how to decipher if someone is worth trying to bond with can make your life and interacting with other people much easier. If you feel that someone doesn't like you as much as you thought, don't worry too much about it. Instead, work on bonding with people who make you feel good and are worthy of your time. What do you think? Share your thoughts and comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.